So far, a lot of weapons have been confirmed for Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. Lots of fan favorites, the M16, the M4, the AK-74U, all confirmed for day one players. But there's a lot of guns that are likely going to be added during the mini seasons of DLC content. Remember, this is a 2-year cycle this time, so just because a gun you like isn't going to be there or on the day one launch, doesn't mean you won't get it. What is up, everybody? Chaos here. Today we're going to look at 10 fan favorite weapons from COD history that I think have a really good shot to be added to Modern Warfare 2 via DLC. Keep in mind, it's totally possible for some of these to actually be in the launch version of the game, and since the beta recently ended, we don't have yet a full launch roster, so hopefully by the time you come back to this video, a lot of these are already there. Drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and the first one is the FMG9. Now, before you dislike the video, take a second to remind ourselves of all the fun we had with these. Come on, I know. They would eventually become one of the most hated weapons in COD history, but everybody used them. You know you did. And when you were using them, you were having fun. Machine pistol, one of the most broken things in Modern Warfare 3. Run it in akimbo form, and it was there. Now, the solo version wasn't anything special. It's appeared in a number of other military shooters recently, and with its insane legacy in the Modern Warfare subseries, I'm ready for a return. Ultra fast fire rate, but the recoil of 1,000 mules, you guys already know. It's a unique secondary. I think it would be fun in a game like Modern Warfare 2. You need to balance the akimbo version, of course, but why not, right? Before we move on, if you get anything from G2A.com, link at the top of the description, use code CHAOS, get yourself some cash back. And now let's talk about the MP7. It's one of those weapons that has not appeared too many times throughout COD history, but every single time it's been there, it's a popular pick. It's made its debut in Modern Warfare 3. It was arguably the best gun in the game. Then it returned as a starter weapon in Black Ops 2 and a mid-tier weapon in Modern Warfare 2019. So, if you're looking for something with really good accuracy and a huge magazine, the MP7's your best friend. All three versions of the gun so far have been pretty different from one another in behavior, but there's some traits that always accompany this gun. The big default magazine, the super clean iron sights, the very competitive fire rate. You'll be spraying power. You will. A lot of people adored the Modern Warfare 3 and the MW19 versions of the MP7. I think it's a no-brainer it's coming back. I don't think this one is confirmed yet, but it will. Moving right along is the MP9. Now, a while ago, I said the MP9 was one of the most broken pistols in COD history. I 100% stand by that. The weapon's only appeared once in Call of Duty, and it was busted. It was Modern Warfare 3. It was quite literally an SMG that the devs decided to throw in the machine pistol category, and that created a handful of balancing issues. Now, I don't think the Modern Warfare 3 version should return untouched. I know for a fact that there's a ton of people in the community, though, would love to use it again. It was a unique firearm. It boasted a super fast handling and relatively easy recoil to control. A balanced version of this weapon, it would need a pretty significant damage nerf, but if Infinity Ward wants to win over a bunch of OG players, add the MP9. Lots of people love the gun to this day. It would be awesome to get to use again. And remember, it doesn't have to be overpowered. They can fix it, and it hasn't appeared in a COD game in over 10 years. The M40A3, the gun that arguably invented quickscoping. Piece of COD history, right? Whether you experienced it for yourself or not. The COD 4 bolt-action sniper, it handled like a dream. Relatively small one-shot kill range, meaning you had to aim high and be consistent in order to use it effectively. Plus, you got that damage boost if you put the ACOG scope on it, which just further encouraged people to run around the map with it instead of staying still and holding down the objective, although it perfectly could do that too. A variant of the M40A3 returned in Modern Warfare 2019 is the SPR-208, but I think it's about time the classic version made its return. So far, the sniping in Modern Warfare 2 has gotten decent reviews, but unless the gameplay is a bit more fast-paced and less campy, that won't matter. The SPR is confirmed to be returning, but I think its older brother should make an appearance as well. Why not go nuts with the legacy weapons? Why not? Bring back a whole bunch of COD legends. There's nothing stopping them. Speaking of that, the FAL. I was actually pretty surprised not to see this weapon pop up in the leaked gun list. It's one of the most recognizable semi-auto weapons in COD history. I don't think it's ever had a bad appearance. It first debuted in Modern Warfare 2 before returning in BO1, BO2, and Modern Warfare 2019. Now, it hasn't always been the best gun at your disposal, but it's never been bad. It's not a bad choice. There was even a point in Warzone's history where it was arguably the best close-range gun in the game before it got nerfed into the dirt. It's very recognizable as a rifle in the COD community. It's the first gun a lot of people think of when you ask them to name a semi-auto rifle, despite having a massive roster of weapons. Modern Warfare 2019 had a pretty lacking selection of semi-autos. Modern Warfare 2 wants to correct that issue. Bring back the FAL. CM901. I mention this gun a lot. I have throughout the years. I'm a fan of it. I think it's incredibly underrated. Everybody should go back to COD Plutonium, give it another try because you slept on it. It was an assault rifle in Modern Warfare 3. It never appeared in another COD game, and while a lot of people skipped over it to get to the ACR, it was good. It had some of the highest AR damage in franchise history. It could hit for well over 50 damage a pop. It made it one of the only automatic weapons in the game that could get a 2-shot kill on top of that. The iron sights, super clean, awesome reload animation, and it was later used for the Remington R5 in COD Ghost. There was a downside. It was the recoil. It was tough to control, but it wasn't impossible. If you put the kick proficiency on it, that's right, you guys remember those? The CM901 was pretty easy to control, and you could be consistent and aim high with it. You were unstoppable. It has a bit of a cult following in the COD community, but I think it's time Infinity Ward gave it another chance to shine. The XM25. Now I know, comments are coming. This is an absolutely terrible idea, but it's my video, here we go. Grenade launcher appeared in Modern Warfare 3. It was actually kind of underrated and unique. Now, most COD launchers are relatively the same. You got plenty of shoulder-mounted launchers that either free fire, they lock onto targets. Then you've got the grenade launchers, the China Lake, a bit of a wild card. But the XM25, it was a different animal. Scoped grenade launcher that could mark distances and detonate before hitting something. It made it good for clearing out objectives from a distance. Now, that may sound a bit overpowered, but since you couldn't hip fire it, it was actually balanced. It was a niche weapon, but if you knew how to use it, you could get 3 to 4 kills with a single shot. It was cool. It was a unique launcher. I want it back. I mean, with how similar most launchers are in COD, I think the XM would be a breath of fresh air. The crossbow. Now, it's made its Call of Duty debut all the way back in Black Ops, and since has become kind of a franchise staple. It's not always the most useful weapon at your disposal. It's a gimmick weapon. I mean, it is. Some games it's viable. The Black Ops 3 and 4 versions were pretty powerful. The Modern Warfare version actually had potential in Warzone if you knew how to lead your shots, and I'm almost positive the crossbow is returning in Modern Warfare 2. Has to be, right? DLC weapon? Probably. Every year, Call of Duty tries to be a relatively serious game for the first couple months, and then they take the gloves off, and they start throwing all these crazy weapons and skins at us. Now, if I had to guess, I would say the crossbow will be returning in Season 3 or 4 of Modern Warfare 2. I mean, with its popularity as a high-risk, high-reward weapon, it's coming back. The only question really is when. The RPD. Now, it's only appeared in a handful of COD games, most notably the original 2 Modern Warfares. Easily the best LMG in COD 4, top tier in Modern Warfare 2. I mean, back in COD 4, it could kill from any distance. 2 bullets, stopping power, done. It was pretty tough to go up against. It really was. It had a 100-round magazine. You could spray and pray to your heart's content. The original RPD is one of the most underappreciated LMGs in COD history. I do. And it's time for a revival. I'm not so sure a 2-shot LMG will be the best thing for Modern Warfare 2, given how campy it is, but if the gameplay changes a bit to favor more movement and aggression, it could be cool. I mean, but if people are just going to be sitting in corners, we probably don't want it. That's just asking for angry tweets of the developers, which we don't need. And finally, a must-have DLC weapon, the KSG. It's only appeared twice in COD history, but it's still one of the most beloved shotties of all time. Insane power, potential, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3. You know, I mean, Modern Warfare 3 had the traditional buckshot, but the Black Ops 2 version was the very first slug shotgun in COD history, and it made a name for itself. High risk, high reward, extremely small hitbox, but an insanely long one-shot kill range. Hitting somebody in the upper chest would delete them. It would, from about 24 meters, making it more of a marksman rifle than a shotgun. A few other COD games have some slug shotguns, and Modern Warfare 2 tried to experiment with a slug attachment, but it wasn't the same. The Black Ops 2 KSG was legendary. I think the community would go nuts for a shotty with slug ammo by default. It would need to be a high skill weapon again with a very tiny hitbox, but if done properly or just copy pasted from Black Ops 2, this would be a montage gun. And I mean that in the best possible way. There you have it. Those are must-haves for DLC weapons. Add one to the list that I didn't mention, and I'll see you guys soon.